For the land of the free.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Giles. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's McCollum. Giles. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Doncic, no good. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. It's blocked. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Marjanovic. But they recover it. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Jacks up a 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Marjanovic. Tries a 3. The offensive rebound. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Hardaway's checked in for Marjanovic. Doncic against Lillard. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here's Doncic. Step back shot. And it's Portland with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Simons. 5 on the clock. And here's McCollum for 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Doncic looking it over. And the dunk by Doncic.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
McCollum outside, passes it to Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Anthony finds McCollum inside. Here's Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now, here's Doncic. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Porzingis passes to Cauley-Stein. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
You know, he's not just a shooter, guys. Hardaway Jr. is also capable of getting creative and mixing things up, too. I like it.
Here's McCollum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The tray. And no good. Richardson for three. No good on the last second attempt there. It's all tied in Portland. The second quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And here's the fast break. Hardaway with a wide open look. And it's off the back rim. No good. And here are the Trailblazers. McCollum kicks to Anthony. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Marjanovic comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
The pass to Redick. From downtown. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The putback, and Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Powell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. The dish to Kanter. Pass to Simons. It's Jones on the wing. Shoots. They get it back. Outside Anthony. And a wide open look for McCollum. Here's Kanter. Fires the three. Hits it from three-point range.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Marjanovic over Anthony, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Marjanovic.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
McCollum up top, covered by Redick. Takes it from 10. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
You've often heard it said that sometimes it boils down to who wants it, but who wants it is also tied to putting yourself in position to go get it.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Oh, McCollum in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hardaway finds Brunson. It's tipped. Outside Hardaway to the inside. And that one's good. Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 7.
You know, he started slow, but now in the second quarter, he's finding his groove.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Brunson up top. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Marjanovic kicks to Reddick. 6 on the shot clock. Hardaway against Jones. No good on that one. And it's Portland the other way. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Now here is Hardaway. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. Powell, that's good.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Simons the pass to Cannon. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Mavericks trail by 6.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And it's Giles missing. Richardson for 3, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark. Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Josh Richardson. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Now here's Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Pass to Marjanovic. All sorts of time. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Keeps it alive. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 4-point game. Passes it to Finney-Smith to the middle. Here's Marjanovic.
Oh, my goodness! That was special.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And that one drops for him. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
the
case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Now Marjanovic, following the Porzingis miss from deep.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. Back to Powell. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And here's Richardson. No points in the game yet for him. Marjanovic kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Mavs.
Mavericks leading by 5. Doncic outside. And they double up Doncic. And the pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Boy, I think they've lost their intensity. I mean, the defensive pressure is lacking this half.
Lillard outside. 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And the dunk by Porzingis.
But what an athlete this Porzingis kid is, man. I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Giles. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Count it. He has 7.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here's Redick. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Stein in the post, defended by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Simons. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Simons has got his second basket of the game.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Outside, Redick for the 3. That one no good. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. Score. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Jones, and it's Simons in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Redick finds Brunson. The drive by Redick. Powell, the pass to Brunson. 5 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Redick. And Jones pulls it down.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Redick. The 3. Dallas again missing.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find a shot.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Cauley Stein's shot is good.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Anthony taking his time here. Feeds it to Cantor. And Jones has it in the corner. Outside Anthony. Here's Cantor. And Tida gets the jumper to fall.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Powell, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Dallas also making some changes. Zinkus, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Richardson finds Porzingis. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Cauley Stein against Anthony. Down low, here's Jones, and it's slammed in by Jones.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Cauley Stein in the post, working on Jones. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Here's Cantor, shooting foul. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That's exactly why they turned to Porzingis here, guys. They trust him to step up in big moments.
Powell dishes to Cantor. Powell kicks to Jones. Cantor, the pass to Powell. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Brunson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Here's Simons to the inside. Here's Cantor. Stolen by Brunson. And now we've got the intentional foul. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. 1:09 left in the fourth. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. And the basket is good. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
McCollum against Redick. They grab their own miss.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Doncic outside. Here's Powell. Redick for 3. Poked away. Out to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Redick for 3. Not going to go that time.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Here's Finney Smith. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. Here's Doncic. Up and in on the layup. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Passes it to Kleber. Back to Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside Leonard. Batum finds Leonard. Inside, Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Doncic passes to Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by George. Pass to Porzingis, 6 to shoot. Here's Doncic. Can't connect from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And it's Leonard missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent, and now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Outside for Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard the pass to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Jackson against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Zubats kicks to Jackson. Pass to George. From deep. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. Porzingis against Jackson. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, Kristaps Porzingis has any number of tools on the offensive end, but a nice high percentage look there.
Here's Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And here is Doncic. He has 6. Porzingis high post. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Amazing when you're 7'3" with great instincts. You create an opportunity to get the putback. Nice work, Kristaps Porzingis.
Left side, Leonard. And here's George for 3. Zubats finds Jackson. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
What a terrific take to the rim. Paul George is just giving it to the defense right now. Tenacious on that drive. An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Outside, Redick passes to Marjanovic. It's stolen by Morris. And here's George for 3. The putback. It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll be back in just a moment with the... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Patrick Patterson. Marcus Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the shooting guard. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Brunson. Outside, Reddick. Powell down low. Covered by Morris. Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein. Oh, Morris in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Reddick. Just 5 on the clock. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Reddick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Man passes to Morris. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Powell down low. He's against Morris. It's good. Powell's got his first 2 points.
You love how Powell goes to work on the block, muscles his way to establish himself and deliver.
Here's Man, covered by Reddick. Kennard, the pass to Man, lays it up off the glass. Man's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Clippers.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Outside, Reddick. Patterson against Cauley-Stein. Shoots over Patterson. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Rondo finds Patterson. And J.J. Reddick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis is coming in for Cauley-Stein. And Luka Doncic. Oh!
My goodness.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Here's Powell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
Oh, as he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
From deep. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. Kennard on the wing. Pass to Oturu. Kennard against Hardaway. Kennard's shot is off.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
The pass to Porzingis. Now Marjanovic. Porzingis trying to get free. Tries again. And the layup is good. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Oturu, the pass to Rondo. Here's Oturu, and he gets it to go. Oturu's got his second bucket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Doncic feeling it out. Passes it to Hardaway. He gets it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on. And that should.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Doncic in at the point guard. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic. Outside Jackson. Right side Leonard. Shoots from the right block. Nice touch on the bank shot. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
To the middle. Here's Finney-Smith. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to George. Batum scanning the floor. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Cans it from downtown. Redick's got 5 points so far.
The focus, the precision. Once Redick gets any airspace to shoot the deep ball, he seizes on the opportunity.
And George, here we go. Batum finds Leonard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Mavericks trailer. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
George against Redick. And George gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 1. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Inside, Brunson. And the rejection by Zubac. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
Jackson against Brunson. Over Jackson. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Jackson's got the ball. Back to Batum. The Mavericks pull it in.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And they pick up 2. He has 6.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Zubac. Outside for George. Zubac, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubac has got 8 points.
Oh, hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. 1:35 left to play in the third. Reddick way outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reddick. And Dallas going with the whole new group out there. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Dallas moving it around. Doncic passes to Pop. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
And George, here we go. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And George drops them both.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent. And I think for Luka Doncic, one thing he showed right away is he was prepared to be an NBA player. And the fact of the matter is he could be an all-star for a long time moving forward.
George, no good.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
George looking over the floor. Uncovered. Yep, that one goes in there. George has got 10 points.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
Doncic with it. 10 points for him. Over Jackson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 5. Back to Kennard. Lays it up and banks it in. Kennard's got his first basket.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Here's Doncic. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Doncic against Leonard. Makes it off the glass.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
The Clippers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Leonard against Doncic. Here's Oturu, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The first one falls for him. And the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic subbed in for Maxi Kleber. And the Clippers with a change here too. Rondo's checked in. Now here's Doncic. The 11-footer. He squares up and sinks it. Doncic has got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
Leonard attacking. And there's the pass to Oturu. Takes it out to Leonard. And it's in there. And that's now 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Redick surveying the D. From the arc. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cauley Stein. The 3 for Doncic. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Doncic against Rondo. Morris right side. Pass to Leonard. Here's Oturu. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And there it is for him.
Well, Luka Doncic has an innate sense for when his teammates are open, and boy, does he deliver it.
Clippers have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the 4th quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Back to Rondo. Outside Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Outside, Redick. 55 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Over Morris. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Kennard, the pass to Leonard. 30 seconds left in the game. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Doncic against Rondo. Pass to Redick to take the lead. Can't get the 3 to fall. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Here's Oturu off the mark. So it's the Clippers taking the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2 spot. Now here's Leonard. He feeds it to Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It'll be a fun matchup to watch.
Left side, Leonard. Back to George. Portland grabs the miss.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
He doesn't hit that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Good D by McCollum. Here's Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And the basket by Lillard.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
George looking over the floor. Rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Leonard attacking. Now the pass to Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Oh, what balance from the veteran. Even when Batum gets hit, he's skilled at staying in control.
Lillard against Jackson. It's Covington on the wing. Jackson against Lillard. 4 on the clock. McCollum kicks to Anthony. McCollum passes to Anthony. Shoots over Batum. Anthony can't hit.
I thought that one was going to go down. Mid-range jumpers. Oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Pass to Lillard. Nurkic. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard dishes to McCollum. He kicks to Nurkic. 1:21 left in the first quarter of the game. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. From 17 feet out. Rebound by the Clippers.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Passes it to Zubac. Looking for George. He gets it there. And McCollum with the block. Batum against Anthony. No block shot. Lillard. And the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
The drive by Anthony. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
McCollum against George. The feed to Batum. It's stolen by Anthony. One-on-one here. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Good work there as it goes. Lillard's got 6.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. Outside Jackson. Pass to George. Takes the 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
On the court for the Trail Blazers, Enes Kanter is out there with Giles. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1. Mann passes to Patterson. Here's Mann. Rondo kicks to Morris. Launches it. Stolen by Kanter. To the paint. Here's Giles. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Rondo passes to Kennard. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Talk about an advanced distributor. I mean, there's passes that point guards can make, and there's passes that Rajon Rondo can make.
Here's Simons. The rebound by Patterson. Morris outside. The pass to Mann. Here's Kennard. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 5. Patterson can't get it to go. Portland leading by 4. Pass to Giles. It's tipped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Again, the miss by the Trail Blazers.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Mann. No good. Shot missing. And the Trail Blazers going the other way.
You know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
Now here's Jones after Enes Kanter's miss. Goes back up. Kennard against Powell. And the 3 off target. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Both teams deciding to change it up. Trail Blazers leading by 8. Simons surveying the D. It's Powell on the wing. Shoots over Leonard. Portland no good that time either. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's George, and that one good.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Jones, the pass to Simons. Back to Jones. And the rejection by Zubats. Jackson down low. Passes it to Zubats. Clippers moving the ball around. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's Lillard. Robert Covington unable to get his last shot to go. 6 to shoot, and it goes down 2 points. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
And George kicks to Jackson. Back to George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 6 points.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Lillard against Jackson. To the inside. Stolen by Zubats. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Jackson.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Trailblazers leading by 4. They've got Ivica Zubats. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
George passes to Zubats. Back to George. The second chance effort. Jackson has the open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Trailblazers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Back to McCollum. He wants to get it to Nurkic, and does. Covington wide open, he fires. That 3 off the mark. Clippers trail by 6. Jackson passes to Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 6 points for him. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
The Trailblazers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Looking to end his cold spell, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity.
Wow, hammering it in!
And the slick pass from George set that up well. He has such a natural instinct for where to send the ball.
That one falls.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, showing that short area skill allows him to create some space.
Jackson dishes to George. Over McCollum. And he gets the whistle. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Jackson against Lillard. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Lillard against Jackson. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Rondo drives in.
Well, it's nice to see Rondo take advantage of the driving lane. I mean, he makes the right reads offensively.
This is his first free throw of the game. And both free throws good from Rondo. Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And he dunks it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Morris right side. Feeds it to Patterson. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Jones. And now Portland on the break.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Rondo looking over the floor. The rebound by Simon.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Six on the shot clock. Up top, Cantor. Outside, Jones. From about 16. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point. Shoots from 8. Powell kicks to Anthony. Back to Powell to take the lead. Connects from three-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Kennard on the wing. Outside for Rondo. Back to Kennard. Down low. Stolen by Kanter. One-on-one fast break. Here's Powell. Kanter, the pass to Simons. Knocked loose. Pass to Mann. A Platoon swap here for the Clippers. Giles checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Anfernee Simons. Here's Zubac. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And the Trailblazers shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Stolen by Jackson. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about the muscle from Jackson on that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily.
Little, he's checked in for Portland. Fourth quarter now, we're about a minute and a half in. McCollum against Jackson. McCollum, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Outside for Batum. Back to George. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Now McCollum. He dishes it to Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor, and Lillard subbed in for Norman Powell. Here's Batum. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Well, that is because Batum is one of the most versatile players in the league. His ability to score from any spot, pass, rebound, and defend, that's what makes him so unique and important.
Lillard, right side. Batum with the steal. Zubac with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Jackson passes to George. It's good. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you. The option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
That free throw missing.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Clippers leading by 6. And here's George. Over McCollum. George passes to Zubac. Misses off the right iron. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. Shooting foul. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Zubac the pass to George. Shot clock at 6. Great D that time from Nurkic. Lillard fires away from way outside. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his first bucket in this one.
What a calm player. I mean, Covington, even in high-stakes situations, he feels comfortable firing away.
Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. On the pass to Zubac. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A shot by Batum, no good. And they're moving it up. And here's McCollum for three. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Here's Los Angeles now. It's a three-point game. Foul against George. It counts.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Here's Lillard. Yes!
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
George up top. He's guarded by Nurkic. And George kicks to Jackson. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
guys, I'm very...
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
And so it's Dallas with it. Portland making their last shot. Out to Doncic. And he makes that one.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Doncic against Lillard. There's the pass to McCollum. He feeds it to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. 4 on the shot clock. Foul for 3. McCollum. It's hauled in by Richardson. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Back to Porzingis. Kleber up top. Defended by Covington. Doncic passes to Kleber. Here's McCollum. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here's Doncic. Count that one. Doncic has got 6. Doncic has gone 3 for 4 here from the field.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here is Lillard after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Covington kicks to Lillard. Lays it up and off the glass. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Doncic outside. Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Lillard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. 6 points for him.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
McCollum, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They trail by 1. Here's Porzingis. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, Porzingis showing you persistence there, just doing a nice job staying with it and finding a way to capitalize.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's McCollum. Portland no good that time either.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Powell for three. Offensive rebound.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Trailblazers trail by 4. McCollum from deep three-point land. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Derek Jones. Anthony is out there with Dennis Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Brunson kicks to Redick. Here's the three. And Kanter pulls it down. Portland trailing here. Hardaway with the steal. Now the Mavericks picking it up. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Brunson scanning the floor. It's Redick on the wing, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of... And the background of how the whole coach's challenge rule came into effect started back a few years ago. G League tried it out. They had it in the Summer League, and I think it's a great advancement.
Well, there's no doubt how proactive the league, Greg, has been in identifying new ways to ensure the officiating is as good as it can be. This seemed to be really just part of the natural progression. And it adds, in fact, even a bit of an additional interest level as well. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Simons, the pass to Anthony. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Lillard against Redick. On the wing, Jones. That's a 2 from Lillard. Up again, and Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got his first points in this one.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
The 3 for Doncic. Portland grabs the miss. Kanter's got his 6th rebound on the night. And that one's good, Anthony. And now a 5-point Portland lead.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
He lobs it up. It's deflected, and they get it back. Out to Doncic. Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. Simons, the pass to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Pass to Simons. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball over Kleba. And he overshot that one, missing. Mavericks trailed by 3. High post, Cauley Stein. Passes to Kleba. Back to Cauley Stein. Pass to Kleba. Shoots over Lillard. Kleba, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you can see the frustration on his face. Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
High post shot. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Doncic.
Well, you know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Doncic outside. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. This one for 3. The shot will not fall. Lillard way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
J.J. Redick is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. Here's Little. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Doncic. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Redick from deep 3-point land. They get it back.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Little kicks to McCullough. Lets the 3 fly. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his 2nd basket of the game.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Porzingis inside. Working on Nurkic. Covington with the steal. Deflects the pass. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. From deep. It's not going to go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Outside, Porzingis. And there's the pass to Redick. 5 to shoot. Dallas moving it around. Brunson, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. Nobody near Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Redick passes to Marjanovic. Drops in the layup for 2. Marjanovic has got his first 2 points.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Redick against Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Feeds it to Covington. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 3. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Yes, that goes in. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Little, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Doncic outside. The steal. Fast break. Here we go. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Jones slams it home.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
34 seconds left in the third. Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Richardson outside. Clock at 4. Shoots from the line. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers leading by 5. Powell with it. Pass to Kanter. Shoots the 3. That one doesn't drop. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 5. And we're coming right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Norman Powell is out there with McCollum. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Anthony in at the 4. The 3 for Doncic. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Powell kicks to Anthony. Back to Powell. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Richardson. Mavericks trail by 5. the wing, Hardaway. Off target with his three. And here are the Trailblazers now. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And staying with the play, Anthony.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Passes it to Powell. Back to Doncic. Lets it go from deep. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Doncic. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 7. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. The dish to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. 5 on the clock. Good on the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Richardson. Out to Doncic. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. And it comes off the front of the rim. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The putback. Powell pulls it in. Mavericks trail by 9. Outside Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's Little in for Norman Powell. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Launches it. Again the miss by Lillard. Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Portland again missing. The Mavericks trailing. Hardaway passes to Doncic. Lets it go with a 3. Now Richardson, he's guarded by McCollum. And the rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Offline with his 3. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Buries it from three-point range.
Outstanding execution that time. Hardaway Jr. loves being the guy they go to in these situations.
Here's Lillard. Buried from 15 feet out. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Lillard against Doncic. A three-pointer, no good.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Count that one. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
On the wing, Hardaway. Portland grabs the miss.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Lillard fires away from way outside. The long-distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland. Doncic against Lillard. Cauley Stein in the post. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes in.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lillard from deep three-point land. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Lillard misses.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Over the land of the...
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Reggie Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at center. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Richardson finds Porzingis. And he misses his first shot of the game. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Jackson passes to Leonard. It doesn't go for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Richardson attacking. Misses from close range. And here's Los Angeles. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
And George, here we go, to the inside. Zubac kicks to George. Back to Zubac, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Richardson outside, back to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. To the left wing, down to 5 on the shot clock. Porzingis can't hit.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Here's George. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
And here's George for 3. Batum finds George. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. At the elbow, Doncic. And it's all evened up.
From the moment this guy stepped into the league, Luka Doncic has been aggressive and assertive. He just attacks defenders.
Now, here's George. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Porzingis, and it's good. 2 points. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kevin. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Here's Brunson, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Was shot by Redick, no good. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Kennard. To the wing on the left. Rondo dishes to Patterson. Porzingis with the block. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Brunson. Powell, the pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Patterson. That one rolling around and rims out.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Hardaway against Rondo. Back to Morris. Puts it up. That's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Passes it to Redick. Looking to end the run. That one's not going to go. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Rondo. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Back to Kennard. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Brunson. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Brunson. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Brunson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Rondo. Off with the layup.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. The score now all even.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Morris right side. Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Hardaway for 3. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Second shot opportunity. And the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 2 now for Dallas.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Rondo passes to Oturu. Rondo kicks to Morris. Will it go? It's good. Kennard's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Brunson with it. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Cauley Stein. Outside for Redick. Shot clock at 5. Hardaway for 3. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Pass to Morris. For three. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
Brunson scanning the floor. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Brunson's got 6 points. Rondo against Brunson. Rondo passes to Oturu. Outside for Rondo. On the wing, Morris. Oh, he got hacked on the 3. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the rejection by Leonard. Jackson passes to Morris. Leonard kicks to Zubac. The 3 from George. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 5.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look. Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Gets it off. That shot, no good.
Well, not only is he...
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The clip.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a... That's all for now.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game so far from Marcus Morris.
And he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers. George with no one around. Off target from three-point range. Mavericks trailed by 3. Here's Doncic. Finished off the break. And it's 8 points for Luka Doncic. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Hardaway, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, it's a problem when Tim Hardaway Jr. decides to attack off the dribble drive.
The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Now, here is George. He has 7. Over Richardson. And George gets it to go. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Jackson against Hardaway. And the layup is good.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Clippers leading by 5. Outside, George. The pass to Leonard. George dishes to Patterson. Porzingis with the block. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Kicks it out to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Over Hardaway. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And it's Doncic missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Leading by 5. Jackson passes to Patterson. To the middle. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Richardson up top, defended by George. Richardson dishes to Cauley-Stein. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Doncic against Leonard. Doncic, no good. Clippers leading by 9. To the paint, and stolen by Cauley-Stein. And Porzingis, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Porzingis has got 6.
Kristaps Porzingis is so agile, mobile, and hostile. You give him a lane, and he'll take advantage.
George looking around. And he banks in the layup. 11 points in the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Paul George with the steal. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Porzingis against Leonard. And Batum kicks to Rondo. Jackson passes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. And Leonard has it in the corner. Batum finds Rondo. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Clippers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Now here's Leonard. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Back to Rondo. 6 to shoot. Jackson passes to Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Oturu's shot is off. Doncic left side. Shoots over Leonard. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Los Angeles leading by 10. On the floor for Dallas. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Melli in at the 5 spot. Now, here is Morris. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Doncic, no good. The Clippers shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Count the basket. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And Doncic gets it to go.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
On the wing, Jackson passes it to Zubac. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And so they foul intentionally. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Mavericks, Powell, he's checked in for Melly. Redick comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Here's Finney Smith. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Rondo looking around. Leonard on the wing. Back to Rondo. Clock at 6. A three from Morris. Can't hit that one. Mavericks trail by 12. Finney Smith kicks to Brunson. Dallas moving it around. The shot by Powell, no good. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. The open shot by Kennard. Los Angeles with another miss. The Mavericks have gone 1-4 since the end of the third quarter. The drive by Redick. The shot off that time. Rondo with some nice D. Lots of room. And again, no good by the Clippers. Dallas shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Redick passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Morris outside. Rondo against Brunson. And the wide open shot for Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Inside, Powell. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Jackson in for Kennard. A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Finney Smith, covered by Morris. No good from Finney Smith. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Jackson has the open look. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Finney Smith. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum. It's the first that brings them to within 10. And the Mavericks making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Los Angeles has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. On the wing, Morris. And Batum kicks to Rondo. Jackson from long range. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for George.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Burke, he's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. No good from Finney Smith. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. Marjanovic against Zubac. Marjanovic, no good. From deep three-point range, misses the shot. So it's Los Angeles winning this one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for... the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Lillard outside. There's the dish to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
McCollum against George. Zubac trying to break loose. George with the bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Outside Covington. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Nobody near George. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 5.
Like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
Lillard from outside. Good on the triple. Lillard's got his second basket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's George. He's got 5, and so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw this game, and he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
There's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
Here's McCollum. Paul George making his last shot. McCollum dishes to Anthony. Pass to Nurkic. Outside Covington. 5 on the clock. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Batum leading the charge. George, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. Here's Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. Over Jackson. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers leading by 5. The 3 from George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through youth to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Sweet move. Kicks it out to Leonard. The pass to Jackson. George with the ball. Now Covington defending. Zubac. He feeds it to George. Shoots over Covington. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 12. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Over in the corner, Lillard. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first.
Yeah, see Melo slink himself into position there, and good timing on the offensive rebound putback.
Leonard looking over the floor. George against McCollum. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Outside Rondo. The shake. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. The Clippers on top. They lead by 12. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Greg, when
I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
On the attack right from the tip. They've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
They've got Enes Kanter. Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Rondo after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Mann. Passes it to Oturu. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Enes Kanter. It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 9 points. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Powell, the pass to Giles. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Right wing, out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Simons, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Powell for 3. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
That's tipped. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. The finish, the big dunk at the end of the break.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Here's Mann. Outside Rondo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in for the Clippers. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Jackson against Lillard. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 8.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
From deep, George. Lillard with the rebound. Portland trailing here. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
George looking around. And just miss after miss right now.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Anthony's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
For Portland, they've gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Lillard finds Canner. Back to Lillard. The tray. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Lillard outside. He dishes it to Anthony. Back to Lillard over Jackson. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. George against McCollum. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and it's Lillard again missing. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And George kicks to Leonard. Outside for George. Takes a 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And the dunk by Zubac.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game. We had an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 14 points and
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Lillard just a menace when he's driving inside. Forces the D to act, which is why he gets those calls.
That free throw good from Lillard. McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. Both free throws good from Lillard.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Leonard against Lillard. And that one, good. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
I don't think he even feels that kind of contact. His focus is just too good inside. Nothing a defense can do.
Right side Jackson. To the inside. Outside for George. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 16 points for George.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Back to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Jackson against Lillard. It's George on the wing. Jackson down low. Morris passes to Zubac. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. The Clippers need to get off a shot. No good from Zubac. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. For the lead. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
And we could be having one of those nights where he becomes the one-man show for his ball club. You just don't need to tell him to keep scoring. He'll do it.
Morris kicks to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. The Clippers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a great read on the pick and roll by McCollum. The defender backing up leaves him no hope of affecting that shot.
And George, here we go. Out to Morris. To the middle. Oturu, the pass to Morris. Banked in off the glass.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Here's McCollum. Basket good. McCollum's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. It's a tough one there.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
1:25 left in the third. Here's Simons. Count it, good. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
McCollum against George. McCollum dishes to Cantor. Pulls up. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's George. And the wide open shot from Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got 5 points now this quarter. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's McCollum. He's got 9. 15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Off target from outside.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
And George kicks to Rondo. With 1 on the clock. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Clippers lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Anthony out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. That one goes. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 3.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Simons. Powell for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close, he's getting the ball.
Here's Leonard. Oturu controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Simon.
Shooting for Portland.
The first one falls. Nurkic checked in for Portland. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, they got to be using this timeout to think about a personnel change or a game plan change to try to slow him down.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Powell. McCollum comes in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Outside, George uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 22.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Well, that's an exclamation point right there. Lillard is a natural-born finisher.
Outside, George. Out to the wing. And the layup's good off the glass. 24 points for Paul George.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Cullen passes to Nurkic, and it's in there. Nurkic has got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
To the paint, back to George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac kicks to George. Back to Zubac. No good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And that's an intentional foul. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Lillard to take the lead. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Jackson. The inside shot. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic big and blocking.
Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
The Clippers trail. And here's Jackson. Pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Paul George stepping up big time.
1:25 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard attacking. Tips it up. And the second chance ever by McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
Here's George, and then George with the jam.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Lillard way outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Outside, George.
Got it! Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
It's in! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Leonard, the pass to Batum. Back to Leonard. And so, the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Robert Covington's checked in for Norman Powell. There's 25 seconds left in the game. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. Nurkic with the block. Jackson against Lillard. And an intentional foul right there. Leonard with the steal.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He sinks the clutch free throw.
Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.